My name is Hollis Map. I perform around the world, and when I travel, I book with CaribJet.
Call CaribJet now. 100% Grenadian, operating 10 years plus.
Telephone number 439-4444 in Grenada, or click caribjet.com. CaribJet, True Blue St. George's, the #1 for travel.
Access to clean running water is an essential commodity for healthy living and a high quality of life. While Grenada's water utility company, the National Water and Sewerage Authority, provides water to 90% of the population, the village of Munich and surrounding areas in the island's largest parish, St. Andrew, have been severely impacted by the lack of a safe, adequate and reliable water supply for more than 20 years.
It might have been about 8-9 years when the original thing or the catchment came on. Early it was good enough, but as time progressed, it became very bad, and in fact, it reached being atrocious. There were times the water would be muddy after the rain. Lots of time after the rain, we had no water, and the reason was not because water was not coming in, but because of blockage of dust and silt. So what used to happen, the people in charge used to come and close the dam down.
The supply would come in the early morning, around 2-3 o'clock. Fairly good, but then it would go by 5 o'clock. So say for about a couple of hours. In that, my wife would have to get up if she has to do laundry around 2-3 in the morning to catch the supply, do her laundry, and catch water to supply us for the day.
We had a rudimentary plant in the past, but it wasn't up to the standard as to what our source and filter plant is supposed to be. As a matter of fact, the community of Munich wasn't metered at all because we felt that the quality of the water being supplied wasn't one that merited NAWASA charging people for, because the quality control was not of the standard that we do with the other plants.
The Basic Needs Trust Fund program partnered with NAWASA on a project to improve the quality and reliability of the water provided to residents by the Munich water treatment plant.
The scope of works generally entailed the construction of the site office and storage room, and 3 tanks, the sedimentation tank, the filtration tank, and the clear well.
And so Sunfilter has 3 components. There is a sedimentation tank where the water comes in, settles, then it's processed through a filter that has different media that clears the water. Then it goes into a clear well or a storage tank where we add chlorine and whatever other disinfection just to make sure that it's of the quality. So Sunfilters is the mechanism or treatment option that has the least maintenance with good results. So even when there is plenty rain, they are not affected majorly by turbidity. We were able to also implement a metering component now for the residents of Munich. Mainly so because what metering does, it provides control. Whenever you have meters, people are mindful about their usage, and we are always driving conservation.
In terms of BNTF, we have contributed to our cost towards the construction of the access road to the plant. We've contributed to the construction of the filtration tanks and also to the equilibrium chamber.
The project began in November 2019 and was successfully completed in February 2021 without experiencing any significant delays.
The major challenge would have been COVID-19, mainly being lockdowns incurred. Also in that project at one point in time, we had some shortage of material, sand and cement, and also heavy rainfall. Some days works were seriously affected. But all in all, mitigative measures were put in place. We had contingencies to ensure that the project did not suffer any significant delays.
What I'm getting now is so much better. The water is good, it's coming heavier, it's always there and clean as far as I'm concerned. I'm delighted of what is happening now.
Since this new system has been put in place, the supply has been tremendously improved. The supply is better, the quality better, the pressure is a lot better. I would give it an 8 out of 10. And I, together with the other people in the community that attended meetings and had input and so on, I'm glad to say that we eventually saw some satisfying results.
Now we could say for a fact that the water that is being supplied to Munich can be consumed. You don't have to boil it, you don't have to, because it is at the best quality. As an organization, we continue to strive, we continue to forge, we continue to make the availability of water be our mandate. And again, I just can't stop saying how grateful we are to the likes of BNTF.
We at BNTF are very, very hopeful that now with the upgraded treatment plant, residents of the community will no longer be at risk of becoming ill with any sort of waterborne related disease. Clean water is important for a number of safe hygiene and sanitation practices. And what we implemented this program cycle was something called WASH training, which stands for Water, Sanitation and Hygiene. We used a glow germ kit, and we use that to highlight how oftentimes we take for granted washing hands. The stimulated germs, you would put it on the trainees' hands, and then we would have a UV light to show them where the germ areas were. If you washed properly, you would get everything off, but if you didn't, the UV light would still highlight the areas where there were still germs on your hand. I think people really, really grasped it in light of everything that was happening with COVID and public health officials urging us to sanitize and practice good hygiene.
The Basic Needs Trust Fund program is a critical program to the development of Grenada. We've aided in a lot of infrastructure development, also in terms of the creation of institutions such as preschools, primary schools, and generally, as you see now, water treatment plants. And it all goes well that once BNTF is in Grenada, that we should be expecting similar type interventions and improvement in the life of people.
The Basic Needs Trust Fund is a poverty reduction program of the Caribbean Development Bank. Its objective is to be a community development program that supports education, water and sanitation, community access and drainage, and economic activities through skills training, organizational development, infrastructure, and services.
Flavored tips for people living with hypertension this holiday season. Enjoy frozen ham in moderation instead of salt ham. Buy local or frozen vegetables instead of canned ones. Limit tin or canned foods like corned beef. But if you decide to have a little, throw hot water over it before eating to remove some of the salt or fat. You don't have to be perfect at every meal. Just be cautious of your choices. A message from the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council.
Get vaxxed, hey, hey, vaccinated. Get vaxxed, hey, hey, get vaccinated. Vaccinated. So wear your mask, wash your hands, and practice social distance. This is we chance to advance. Come let we fight this COVID at once. So come on, let we fall in line. We want to come back to we social life. There is vaccination island wide. So come on, let we fight it to protect we and we family.
This is a message from the Grenada Red Cross and the Ministry of Health.
Tired of car troubles, high upkeep charges, and unprofessional work? Well, I know a place that can meet all your vehicle needs. 1D's Tire Shop, located on the Maurice Bishop Highway, provides tire change, car wash, vehicle balancing, brake and oil change, inspection services, and tire pressure gauge instant reading. They also stock brand new and English used tires, Ovation brand, ranging from as low as $150, as well as great deals to suit your budget. They deliver the total car care and quality service to customers. Contact them on 458-1614 or 406-3355. They're open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily, including weekends. Stop in with your car troubles and leave with your car superbly maintained. Wandy's Tire Shop. Excellent service while beating any prices.
Do you think you can cook? Register now for the second annual MTV Maggie Independence Cook and Win competition. For registration details, contact 440-8171.
This is the MTV Evening News for Wednesday, the 12th of January. And in the headlines, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell confident of another election win for his new national party. No support for the unvaccinated who lost their jobs, says the Prime Minister. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention now recommending a COVID-19 vaccine for children aged 5 and older. And in sport, St. Vincent to host historic U.S. cricket tour. We'll have details to those and other stories, also the public forecast information. So right after the break, stay with us.
Introducing the Grenlec mobile app. You can now get your bill balance and easily track energy usage for your home or business. Report and receive alerts about power outages. Plus, stay up to date by receiving the latest notifications. Yes, the Grenlec app keeps you connected anytime, anywhere.
The first segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with GUT Cooperative Credit Union. It's where you belong.
You have been waiting on it all year. Now, it's your chance to make this Christmas better than ever. Get the extra cash you need with a Make This Christmas Better loan from the GUT Credit Union. Get up to $50,000 to celebrate your Christmas and make your holiday dreams come true. Home improvements, new furniture, a vehicle, debt consolidation, or even a vacation. We can help you get there. Yes, you can. Make this Christmas better with the GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
With the news in detail, I'm Tony Julian. Government will not provide support to those who blatantly refuse to be vaccinated and may lose their jobs as a result. That's according to Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell. A decision Dr. Mitchell says he'll stand by even if it may cost him votes. Those comments from him came during his first media engagement for 2022, as we hear now from Danella Hostin.
The decision made by a person not to get vaccinated for whatever reason may result in them losing their jobs and ultimately disturbing their livelihoods and that of their families. This has been observed in recent times with employees holding protests about their rights to choose what goes into their bodies. However, according to Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell, people need to bear in mind that when they are on their jobs, it is not only about them, it is about others' safety as well.
Because when you go to the job, it's not just about you, it's also about the person. So I see some of us in the decision we make, I call them selfish. Think not only of yourself, think about your fellow human being. Be responsible. And I think all of us as leaders, whether we in trade union, we have to speak out against this thing. Some of us will not do it because if we do it, we might lose some of our members in the trade union who will vex with us. Well, so be it.
When probed about providing some sort of assistance for those who may have lost their jobs as a result, the Prime Minister says he cannot, in good conscience, create a program that will encourage people to not take a vaccine that can help to save their own lives.
First of all, the scientific evidence for vaccination is strong in favor of vaccination. No one can tell me otherwise. As a person of science myself, I'm amazed at some people refusing to take something that can protect their own life. So I can't agree with you. So I cannot give you incentive for not vaccinating. I will not be dishonest. I'll be very dishonest to say I'm going to create a program to help you for refusing to do something to save your own life. I will not do that.
He added that he is not going to do it even if it costs him votes.
I have been very frank, very open, and I have not spoken as a politician normally try to be on all sides of the fence to get votes from the ones who vaccinate and the ones who don't vaccinate, who don't vex with me. I am not going to do it. And I don't think my political organization expect me as the present leader of the New National Party to do otherwise. Some people might be prepared to do it for a vote. Let them do it. But I am not going to do it. So my urge is protect yourself.
Reporting for MTV News, I am Donella Houston.
Will the political climate get busy in 2022? Some political analysts say they expect the election trigger to be pulled at any time, at least not before the first half of the year. With the new leader at the helm of the National Democratic Congress and the new National Party seeking another term during a pandemic, the next election cycle is expected to be competitive and exciting, according to political pundits. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell, during the first media briefing for the year, told reporters that his new National Party could be victorious at the polls.
I just want to add this. There are those who are saying the opposition is disorganized and blah, 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 and you should call it now. That means we should take advantage of the opposition. I don't share that. An election is called for improvement for the people of the country, not just for a political party to get advantage over the next one. And in any event, you had 14 out of 15 seats. You had all 15, and somebody left. One person left. You can't get more than 15. So if you're talking about political advantage, what's the point? So the decision to call election will be based on what is necessary at a given time. And I have consistently said that when we call an election, of course we use the advantage of incumbency, but it will only be in the country's national interest.
The Center for Disease Control and Prevention now recommends a COVID-19 vaccine for children aged 5 and older. One of the key arguments for vaccinating healthy children is to protect them from long-term consequences. MTV News took its cameras to the town of St. George to get citizens' views on whether children should be vaccinated or not from the deadly coronavirus.
Some parents are still not in favor of students and children receiving the COVID-19 vaccines. One of the reasons is that it may have a dangerous after effect on them. However, CDC recommends everyone ages 5 years and older get a COVID-19 vaccine to help protect against COVID-19. However, children 4 years and under, no vaccine. MTV News spoke to a few individuals today on their thoughts on children getting vaccinated. While they did not wish to appear on camera, many are against it.
I do not agree because I don't find they do enough experiment on it. And you don't know what could happen to the children's future. You understand? So that could hamper them children from having a great future. Sometimes they might want to have a kid and you never know, that might make them sterile and then tell you the side effect of it. But they just want to push it. And I don't agree.
This lady says she will not expose her children to the vaccine.
No, I don't find from 5 years, I find it too young for that. I find it too young. But I heard like from this age group though exposed to the virus. They are safe, but from 12 go back, probably they could think, but I'm not sure. Because if my own children at that age, I won't expose them to it. I won't allow them to get the vaccine. I will do my best to protect them. Some other how, but to get the vaccination, I don't find. I won't allow them that from 5 years. Yes, but them children at that age, I find it too young.
This man says he supports students being vaccinated, however, once it is not mandated.
Nothing is wrong with children getting the vaccination. But of course, especially once they are under parental or guardian care, they must get permission from the parents. The authorities must get permission. I believe that's the way to go. Once it's not mandated, once they're not making it mandatory, children should be vaccinated, especially with the high rate of the virus that we have now, and school has been reopened. And the way it is going, it seems that they have no intention of closing schools anytime soon. So therefore, the best thing is for children to be vaccinated.
Nikita Houghton, MTV News.
While Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell is in full support of children aged 12 to 17 being fully vaccinated, MTV News spoke on the positives and negatives for students being vaccinated. U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention issued formal recommendations for children as young as 5 years old to get vaccinated against COVID-19.
According to Dr. Terence Marisho, medical practitioner, the COVID-19 vaccine for children is something all citizens should comply with, especially amid the COVID-19 pandemic and the increase in the Omicron variant, which affects children in particular, and especially with the reopening of schools. In an interview with MTV News, Dr. Marisho explains there are no negative effects on children taking the COVID-19 vaccines, but only positive.
The vaccines are very similar to all of the vaccines children have been getting all over the years, whether it is for mumps, measles, rubella, tetanus, diphtheria, whooping cough. All of these vaccines that people get, I don't know what is the question and the hesitancy and the fear of this particular vaccine. Diseases are constantly evolving. We are not living in the 1950s, we are living now in 2021, so we have new diseases coming up.
Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell says he supports our students being vaccinated, however, with the proper availability of the vaccine.
With the advice from the international community and the responsible health organizations worldwide, that category is now available for vaccination. So clearly I support this.
According to Dr. Marisho, the Omicron virus affects children the most, and that fear should not be on the COVID-19 vaccine, but of the virus. He says the vaccines are created for a purpose, which is to fight against COVID-19.
Children should have that vaccine as well, and there's no danger to it. There's no real danger to say, well, you're not seeing deaths because of vaccines. On the contrary, we are seeing deaths because of the effects of the virus, and people need to understand that.
Dr. Marisho says over 50% of the population are unvaccinated, and the majority of individuals getting ill are unvaccinated.
But the important thing about the vaccine is that it would prevent serious illness, it would prevent hospitalization, and it would prevent death as well as a result of that COVID virus. So it is important for people to understand that and take the vaccine and have their children vaccinated so they're not at risk of getting any of these at this time.
Nikita Houghton, MTV News.
Well, that's the first segment of news. We'll be right back with you after the break. Stay with us.
The first segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with GUT Cooperative Credit Union. It's where you belong.
You have been waiting on it all year. Now, it's your chance to make this Christmas better than ever. Get the extra cash you need with a Make This Christmas Better loan from the GUT Credit Union. Get up to $50,000 to celebrate your Christmas and make your holiday dreams come true. Home improvements, new furniture, a vehicle, debt consolidation, or even a vacation. We can help you get there. Yes, you can. Make this Christmas better with the GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash 4. Every day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes. Twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on LaCour Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repass center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment. As you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest, visit or call LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
The second segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with the Communal Cooperative Credit Union. To grow with us, save with us.
Gifts of love with dread, bringing love for you this game. Communion showing that we care. With gifts of love with dread.
We're bringing you gifts of love with cheer at the Communal. This Christmas, we are your Santa. It's all about sharing the warmth of this season with those you love. Get in on this special loan, taking advantage of great interest rates with no principal payments until January 2022. Share the gift of love. Make it a merrier Christmas with the Communal. Exciting prizes for members throughout the promotion. For we are your Santa this Christmas. Offer ends January 31st, 2022. Lending terms and conditions apply.
Communion showing that we care. With gifts of love with joy.
Welcome back. The uncertainty that comes with COVID has affected many sectors and industries, particularly the travel and tourism sectors. This, according to Chairman of the Grenada Tourism Authority, or GTA, Barry Collymore. It's led to some cancellations, but they are still happy that the tourism sector is still seemingly bouncing back. Here's Donella Hostin with more.
Despite the ambiguity that comes as a result of the current COVID pandemic and some of the negative impacts that are being experienced by the tourism sector, Chairman of the Grenada Tourism Authority, Barry Collymore, says Grenada is fortunate to be having flights and cruise ships still coming in.
We should consider ourselves still in a fortunate position that we have been able to resume tourism. There are parts of the world that have not been able to resume tourism. The Caribbean was one of the fastest regions of the world to bounce back. And although there are some interruptions to the current restart, I think we're in a fortunate position that we have been able to start tourism again. And we have to look forward still to what I consider to be, I think we will still have a good February and March, especially with the cricket.
Collymore believes that there is still hope for the upcoming months. He made mention of the emergence of new variants which impact travelers.
The global travel industry is being affected generally by the uncertainty of COVID and the variants that have emerged ever since COVID started. Every time that there's a new variant or there's a new surge, then it fuels cancellations and uncertainty about travel. And that's what we are experiencing right now.
The chairman stated that the country has to continue to move forward in a manner that will benefit everyone.
One of the things that we have to do is to ensure that we have all the protocols in place. We have vaccination, we have distancing, but we have to go forward in a way that is positive and a way that is beneficial to the entire country and to ourselves and our families. This disease is not going anywhere. So we can't just sit down and wait for it to go because it's not going. So therefore, we cannot close our businesses down and our places of work, and we can't not go to work. We got to go to work. We got to get our businesses going, but we have to do it in a way that is safe. And I think that's what we're trying to do.
Reporting for MTV News, I am Donella Hostin.
As the number of positive cases continues to rise daily, the testing and vaccination drives are being put on the forefront of the government's agenda. The health officials say that they'll be needing volunteers as the healthcare workers are under pressure. Well, during the previous wave, there were many volunteers, particularly over weekends, at the different sites. And according to Dr. Sean Charles, Acting Chief Medical Officer, they are hoping to have this happening again soon. He noted that they have reached out to individuals, including those in the private sector, to assist.
At present, before when we had the previous outbreak, we relied heavily, particularly on weekends and so on volunteers and other individuals who came forth and offered, a tremendous level of support, and that assisted us greatly in quickly getting this the situation under control. We anticipate, we hope to. Actually, we are preparing. All right, we are preparing to resume this kind of activity again, and we have reached out to individuals to come on board and assist us, volunteering with testing and vaccinating and all of that.
It was noted that although the system may not be inundated just yet, that people still need to remember that the healthcare staff are usually working at the highest levels of risk, and they too can become infected.
What is particular about our healthcare staff is that they work in scenarios where there is the highest level of risk. All right, and that is why they should be held in high regard because of this. However, yes, we do have healthcare workers who may get infected as well. This can happen anywhere. I mean, this is something that has occurred, worldwide, and we are no exception. All right, we have had, healthcare workers on the mainland that have become infected, and we have had healthcare workers in other instances.
Director of the Pan American Health Organization, or PAHO, Dr. Carissa Etienne, says that there is an increase of the Omicron variant in our region, which challenges health sectors. During PAHO's first press conference for 2022, the director said this calls for major concern as Caribbean countries, including Grenada, are now seeing a drastic increase in COVID-19 cases. Nikita Hostin has more.
According to the director of the Pan American Health Organization, Dr. Carissa Etienne, the Omicron variant has reached approximately every country in the world. 42 countries and territories in all sub-regions of the Americas, North America, Central America, South America, and the Caribbean have already detected the Omicron variant. Some countries are already experiencing widespread community transmission as Omicron spread more quickly than other detected variants and more likely via airborne transmission in closed spaces. The director was speaking at PAHO Weekly Post-Cabinet Press Briefing.
And while Delta is still causing new infections in the Americas, based on current trends, Omicron is on track to become the dominant strain in our region. It also has led to a rise in reinfections, even among those who are fully vaccinated. This new wave of infections, it won't be mild for our health systems, as the Omicron variant is already challenging our health workforce and limiting care for other diseases.
In smaller island states, according to Etienne, some hospitals were already strained by cases of the Delta variant, and now more hospitals face the view of being overwhelmed with cases. She says the unvaccinated can suffer the most from the Omicron variant.
One of the characteristics that sets Omicron apart seems to be less severe symptoms. But even so, Omicron infections can be lethal, especially for the immunocompromised and the unvaccinated. So the time to act is now, using the many tools that we now have at hand. Prioritizing symptomatic individuals for testing and making rational use of these resources is critical to catch infections quickly and early. Maintaining and reinforcing the public health measures is paramount to slow transmission.
As we are now in 2022 and the third year into the pandemic, the director spoke of PAHO's priority for the year.
For 2022, our priorities are to protect the gains that we have made against COVID-19 in the last 2 years by helping the countries develop their surge capacities to treat patients and helping them continue to roll out vaccination camps. Both of these have proven to help reduce mortality in the region. And our challenge now, I think, is to deal with the rapidly evolving situation of COVID-19.
Nikita Hostin, MTV News.
Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell says predial larceny is a major issue among the farming fraternity, but the onus is not only on the government to help curb the problem, but also lies with the communities. According to Dr. Mitchell, they understand the plight of the farmers, but everyone, including the judiciary system, has a major role to play. Dr. Mitchell noted that more can be done to help the farmers in going forward, as we hear from Danella Hostin.
Speaking on the issue of predial larceny during his first media briefing for 2022, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell said this is an issue that can be quelled once everyone plays their role. He says people can not only depend on the government, but some things can be done on the community level.
Look at this, your predial larceny. To me, the biggest problem is what appears in the society. People sometimes know an individual is not doing any farming or doing little or no farming. Yet, The man comes and he presented you a pile of pumpkin or tomatoes, and you buy it because you get it cheap. Now, you're a citizen, but you're in effect creating a market for stolen products.
Dr. Mitchell says the courts also have a part to play, issuing stiffer penalties to perpetrators. In addition to predial larceny, Prime Minister Mitchell highlighted another major problem farmers are being faced with, that of the Marketing and National Importing Board, which, according to him, has strayed from its fundamental responsibilities over the years.
Over the years, we've seen the Marketing Board moved away from its fundamental responsibility, which is helping the farmers more and providing the kinds of incentive necessary. That is an area the Ministry of Agriculture, the Ministry of Finance, and the government as a whole have been certainly moving to deal with, to revamp the Marketing Board, to make it more responsive to the needs of the farmers. So that these are just some of the issues.
The PM spoke too about what he calls the overall investments in the agriculture sector, with millions of dollars being invested in several aspects, including infrastructure.
One thing to look at government investment in agriculture must not be seen in the context of some line item in the budget, because the investment in agriculture must be seen in its totality. For example, under infrastructure, you'll see millions and millions of dollars in roads, feeder roads, farm roads for the agricultural sector. Investment also in training has been a factor. The Ministry of Agriculture has been involved.
Although Dr. Mitchell's statements alluded to wanting more to be done for the agriculture sector, it is still believed by many that this administration will continue to place agriculture on the back burner. Reporting for MTV News, I am Donella Hostin.
That's our second segment for the MTV Evening News Wednesday. We'll have still more coming up for you right after the break.
The second segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with the Communal Cooperative Credit Union. To grow with us, save with us.
Gifts of love with dread, bringing love for you this year. Communion showing that we care, with gifts of love with dread.
We're bringing you gifts of love with cheer at the communal. This Christmas, we are your Santa. It's all about sharing the warmth of this season with those you love. Get in on this special loan, taking advantage of great interest rates with no principal payments until January 2022. Share the gift of love. Make it a merrier Christmas with the communal. Exciting prizes for members throughout the promotion. For we are your Santa this Christmas. Offer ends January 31st, 2022. Lending terms and conditions apply.
Communion showing that we care, with gifts of love with dread. More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way, Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
Now you love Super 6.
Even more.
With more money to the jackpot galore.
Play more. Win more.
Have more fun. With more jackpot money, Super 6 is my number one. With the new and improved Super 6 game.
The jackpot keep growing and growing and growing.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way, Super 6 a bigger jackpot game. Super 6, bigger jackpots, more chances to win.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do three things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
Tired of car troubles, high upkeep charges, and unprofessional work? Well, I know a place that can meet all your vehicle needs. 1D's Tire Shop, located on the Maurice Bishop Highway, provides tire change, car wash, vehicle balancing, brake and oil change, inspection services, and tire pressure gauge instant reading. They also stock brand new and English used tires, Ovation brands, ranging from as low as $150, as well as great deals to suit your budget. They deliver the total car care and quality service to customers. Contact them on 458-1614 or 406-3355. They're open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily, including weekends. Stop in with your car troubles and leave with your car superbly maintained. 1D's Tire Shop. Excellent service while beating any prices.
I wish. Don't just wish. Wish upon a star this Christmas in the Star Malt's Christmas promotion. It's back, and this time you have a chance to win a grand prize of $5,000 cash. Win up to $20,000 in cash and prizes throughout December, just in time for Christmas.
Oh, Merry Christmas!
So, to have your chance, purchase your Star Malt with the red crown. Place 4 red crowns in an envelope, include your name, address, and telephone number, and drop in marked entry boxes island-wide. But you must be drinking Star Malt to win. Easy, right? To know if you're a lucky winner, see our Facebook page or tune in to your favorite radio station. So enter the Star Malt Wish Upon a Star promotion and win. Prizes are redeemable from the Carib Brewery Grenada Limited main office. Terms and conditions apply.
Health-wise, and MTV News comes to you compliments Sunrise Diagnostic Center.
Need quality medical service, professional and warm laboratory experience? Tired of waiting days for your lab results to make diagnosis? You have found your solution at Sunrise Diagnostic Center, located at Unit Number 9, New NIS Building, Melville Street, St. George's, and Canal Road, Grenville, St. Andrew, in the hub of the town, catering to your medical needs. Private, accurate, and confidential laboratory service with same-day results. Walk in or schedule your ultrasound with results with 24 to 48 hours. Our opening hours in St. George's are Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. On Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. And on Canal Road, Mondays to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And on Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Open on Sundays and public holidays for emergency calls only. 24-hour on-call service is available for emergency laboratory purposes. We meet you where you are, home or office. Special group rates are available. For more information, you can contact us today.
Welcome back. For today's Health Wise, we find General Practitioner Dr. Terence Marichaux highlighting the importance of scheduling an annual health checkup every new year, especially coming out of the festive season. And that would be to review the status of one's health so early diagnosis, treatment, and lifestyle changes can be made.
So, again, as a general practitioner and someone who practices medicine in a country that is referred to as a third world country, we do not have the luxuries of the first world countries or the developed countries. And so our emphasis should really be on preventative health, preventing things before they happen. And so one of the best ways to go into the new year is to check and see what problems that you have, what problems confront you at this particular point in time as you start the new year, so that you know what your status is for the rest of the year. It is always good to do a general check. Baseline check of your blood pressure, your blood sugar, your height, your weight, your body mass index. All of these things are important when you start the year. For those who have particular problems, diabetics, hypertensive, those who have chronic diseases. And especially coming out of the season when most people tend to let their guard down. They get careless. They decide they don't want to take their medication because they want to eat everything and drink everything in sight. Which is a mistake anyway, because whether you want to eat and drink in the festive season to the point where you go to excesses, the important thing is that you should have been taking your medication as well during all of these times. But then we have that tendency, especially during the festive season, where many people will just, for whatever the reason, decide they're not taking their medication, so they're drinking all of the sorrel that is laced with sugar, the sorrel, the ginger beer, they're eating the salt ham, especially as a hypertensive person, to their own detriment. Now, if your pressure is out of control because of what you would have done during the festive season, then you got to get back on your medication and get it right. If your sugar is out of control again because you drank too much of the sweet things, you know, the eggnog and the sorrel and the ginger beer and everything that the black cake, that has a lot of sugar in it as well, you need to get that back under control as quickly as possible. If you were slightly overweight and you ate a lot during that period and you put on even more weight, you need to bring it back down. So you need to get into a regime of diet and exercise to bring back your weight to a normal weight. So a lot will depend on the results of the test that you would have done and the particular conditions that you have and whether they went out of control or not.
This is MTV Evening News.
Health-wise at MTV News came to you compliments Sunrise Diagnostic Center.
Need quality medical service, professional and warm laboratory experience? Tired of waiting days for your lab results to make diagnosis? You have found your solution at Sunrise Diagnostic Center, located at Unit Number 9, New NIS Building, Melville Street, St. George's, and Canal Road, Grenville, St. Andrew, in the hub of the town, catering to your medical needs. Private, accurate, and confidential laboratory service with same-day results. Walk in or schedule your ultrasound with results with 24 to 48 hours. Our opening hours in St. George's are Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. On Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. And on Canal Road, Mondays to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And on Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Open on Sundays and public holidays for emergency calls only. 24-hour on-call service is available for emergency laboratory purposes. We meet you where you are, home or office. Special group rates are available. For more information, you can contact us today.
We'll have the regional highlights up next.
The third segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with Arizo Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
January 1947 saw the dawn of a new day, the birth of the Grenada Civil Service Credit Union, later renamed the Grenada Public Service Cooperative Credit Union Limited, and more recently, Arizo. Arizo is extremely proud to be celebrating this significant milestone. But this would not have been possible without you. And this is why we are inviting you to celebrate with us as we celebrate 75 years of transforming lives. Stay tuned to our social media platforms and our local media houses to learn more of the activities and events that we have in store for you. As we celebrate this journey, we thank all our stalwarts for their valued contributions in bringing us to where we are today. We look forward to serving you for many more years. Let's celebrate 75 years of transforming lives.
Welcome back. It's time now for a look at what's been making the news across the region.
With tonight's MTV Regional Roundup, I am Clifton James. We begin in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Debate on the $1.3 billion EC budget was suspended on Tuesday after several government legislators, including Finance Minister Camilo Gonzalez, tested positive for the coronavirus COVID-19. Apart from Gonzalez, the other government legislators who have tested positive are Urban Development Minister Julian Francis, the Minister of Agriculture, Saboto Caesar, and Education Minister Curtis King. Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonzalez further announced that Deputy Prime Minister Montgomery Daniel and Government Senator Kaysal Peters were unavailable because of a digestion problem. The budget address focused largely on the COVID-19 pandemic and the government's response to it in 2022. Americans have been warned by the United States Department of State to avoid travel to Jamaica due to COVID-19 related conditions in the country. Further, the department urged US citizens to exercise caution in Jamaica due to crime, arguing that some areas have increased risk. The department on Monday raised Jamaica's travel notice to do not travel. It argued that health risks are present, including current disease outbreaks or crises which disrupt the country's medical infrastructure. Jamaica is currently experiencing a fourth wave of COVID-19, which has seen a rise in infections and hospitalizations. Police in Trinidad said a Jamaican national was gunned down in Port of Spain last night. He has been identified as Garth Perkins of Maraval. Police were told that while seated in the driver's seat of his Honda Civic, an unknown man walked up to the car, shot him, and then fled the scene. He was taken to the Port of Spain General Hospital but was pronounced dead on arrival. Further afield, landslides and flooding caused by torrential rains have killed at least 10 people in southeastern Brazil. The victims died on Sunday and Monday, where rivers have overflown, leaving towns partially submerged. More than 17,000 people have had to leave their homes. Authorities are monitoring dams that could burst, as more downpours could affect the hardest hit areas. And finally, the Canadian province of Quebec will charge a health tax to residents who are not vaccinated against COVID-19. Quebec, which has seen the highest number of COVID-related deaths in Canada, is currently struggling with the surging cases. On Tuesday, the Premier announced that it would be the first in the nation to financially penalise the unvaccinated. The fee has not yet been decided, but will be significant, he said. Clifton James, MTV Regional Roundup.
You're watching the MTV Evening News. We'll be right back with you after the break.
The third segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with Arizo Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
January 1947 saw the dawn of a new day, the birth of the Grenada Civil Service Credit Union, later renamed the Grenada Public Service Cooperative Credit Union Limited, and more recently, Arizo. Arizo is extremely proud to be celebrating this significant milestone. But this would not have been possible without you. And this is why we are inviting you to celebrate with us as we celebrate 75 years of transforming lives. Stay tuned to our social media platforms and our local media houses to learn more of the activities and events that we have in store for you. As we celebrate this journey, we thank all our stalwarts for their valued contributions in bringing us to where we are today. We look forward to serving you for many more years. Let's celebrate 75 years of transforming lives.
This is MTV Evening News. Sporting highlights are next.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash 4. Every day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes. Twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Dear customer, please help us limit the potential impact of COVID-19. If you have cold, flu, or COVID-19 symptoms, please postpone your visit to Grenlec. We recommend using online banking to make payments, available through Co-op Bank, Republic Bank, and FCIB. You can also use check drop boxes at each of our locations. For bill balances and other information, call 237. For additional support, email customersupport@grenlec.com.
Spring water is a water for every occasion. On the field of sports, at your workplace, just open the bottle and savor the pure, refreshing taste. Holy Natural Spring Water is produced in Mama Can St. Andrews and is available in all sizes nationwide. To order, telephone 444-7654 or 533-7654. Holy Natural Spring Water, Grenada's purest bottled water.
St. Vincent to host an historic U.S. cricket tour. We'll have details to that and other highlights coming up in sport. Stay with us.
Man. My name is Hollis Map. I perform around the world. And when I travel, I book with CaribJet.
Call CaribJet now. 100% Canadian, operating 10 years plus.
Telephone number 439-4444 in Grenada or click caribjet.com. CaribJet, True Blue St. George's, the number one for travel.
The latest developments in sport.
Good evening, sporting fans. Ben Stokes and Johnny Barstow could play as specialist batters in the final Ashes test because of injuries, says England captain Joe Root. Stokes picked up a side strain while bowling early in the 4th test, and Barstow was hit on the hand during his first innings century. Both batted on the final day in Sydney to help England earn a draw and avoid a 5-0 series defeat. USA Cricket has announced a historic inaugural international tour for the USA Women's Under-19 team as they are set to travel to St. Vincent later in the month to play against Windward Islands Under-19 women's team in a series of 4 2020 matches. The Windward Islands comprise the islands of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Grenada, St. Lucia, and Dominica. In partnership with both the Windward Islands Cricket Board and the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Cricket Association, this tour is part of the wider long-term strategic partnership that USA Cricket has with Cricket West Indies. Lewis Hamilton will not decide whether to return to Formula One this season until he sees the results of an inquiry into the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Hamilton is delusioned with F1, his Mercedes team boss Toto Wolff has said, as a result of last year's title-deciding race. Hamilton lost the championship to Red Bull's Max Verstappen after FIA race director Michael Massey did not apply the rules correctly in a late safety car period. Insiders say Hamilton lost trust in the governing body as a result. Mercedes declined to comment on the situation surrounding Hamilton's future when approached by BBC Sport. Tennis star Novak Djokovic has admitted there were mistakes on his immigration forms and to meeting a journalist despite testing positive for COVID, as Australia mulls deporting him. Djokovic made the admissions in an Instagram post to clarify ongoing misinformation about his movements. The men's tennis #1 is hoping to play in the Australian Open next week. But his participation has been overshadowed by a row over his visa. Djokovic, who is unvaccinated, had his visa revoked on January 6th, shortly after arriving in Australia amid questions over the vaccine exemption that would have permitted him to enter. And that's it for this evening's sports. I am Donella Hostin.
The latest developments there in sport, and that brings us even closer to a look at the public forecast information and then a recap of the headlines. It's all when we return.
MTV Weather is brought to you in association with Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Need a quick, convenient way to pay your bills and avoid lines? Use the online banking feature from Republic Bank, First Caribbean, or Co-op Bank. Contact them today to set up your online banking and enjoy 24-hour convenience to make your bill payments. Stay safe. Grenlec, we are united even when we are apart.
Good Wednesday evening, viewers. Once again with your nighttime weather forecast and meteorologist Owen Williams. Sunny, hot and windy conditions continue to affect the Eastern Caribbean today, but the islands of the Leeward Islands, they did see some scattered showers again throughout the early part of the day. Even though we do have some small patches of low-level moisture in the Atlantic, conditions are not conducive for those to develop into any significant weather. We could be seeing clear skies for the next few days. The extreme northern Caribbean, the vicinity of the Bahamas and northern Cuba, they did see quite a bit of showery activity in that area. Here at home, sunny conditions. As I said, some showers did persist over the northern islands that will dissipate throughout the day, but we do have these small patches of low-level moisture moving into the region. Could bring some brief nighttime showers, but don't expect much. Forecast for Wednesday night is for clear and cool conditions. East northeasterly winds between 8 and 18 miles per hour. Minimum will fall still to around 23. The moon is rose this afternoon at 1:55. It's going to set in the early morning at 2:52. On Thursday, sunny, hot and windy conditions would prevail throughout most of the day. A touch of early morning clouds, but those would dissipate from around mid-morning into the afternoon. Winds would shift back a bit, becoming northeasterly between 12 and 24 miles per hour. Moderate to slightly choppy seas, 5 to 7 foot waves in open waters. The sun rises at 6:31. It's going to set at 6 in the evening. The maximum will climb to around 34. It will feel a bit hotter, like 38. Sunny and windy conditions in Port of Spain and Bridgetown. It's also going to be sunny in Kingston, not as windy though. Morning showers in Miami, partly cloudy in New York. It's warming up there a bit. A high of 6 is a forecast for Thursday. London should be mostly sunny. The sunny conditions would continue through the weekend. As I said, we could expect 1 or 2 brief nighttime showers, mostly in inland areas, but those would not last very long and they would not be heavy. From around Tuesday, we could be seeing a slight increase in cloudiness. That's it for Wednesday, folks. Have yourself a great night. Join me again on Thursday.
MTV Weather was brought to you in association with Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
And now to end the news, a recap of the top stories. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell confident of another election win for his new National Party. No support for the unvaccinated who lost their jobs, says the Prime Minister. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention now recommending a COVID-19 vaccine for children aged 5 and older. And in sport, St. Vincent to host historic U.S. cricket tour. Now, before we leave you this evening, please remember, avoid crowds and poorly ventilated spaces. The more people that you're in contact with, the more likely you are to be exposed to COVID-19. And so now, on behalf of the News and Production Departments, I'm Tony Julian. We all thank you so very much for watching and wish you a good night.
I'm a winner, you are winner, we are winners, winners, winners.
It's the big one. Grenada. Imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one little ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money bag symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch. In stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
Good evening, viewers and listeners. Welcome to the National Lottery Authority's Daily Pick 3 Evening Draw for today, Wednesday, the 12th of January, 2022. I'm Lexanne Fletcher and I'll be your draw hostess for this evening. Joining me is Ms. Priscilla Barry. She's representing PKF Accountants and Business Advisors. Ms. Barry is here to ensure the games for this evening are conducted in a fair and accountable manner, that the game balls have not been tampered with and are within industry standards. Well, don't forget, with the Pick 3 game, you can bet as little as $1 on inline, mix, and pair tickets, and from $2 on backup tickets. Hope you got your tickets out and ready. Let's find out what the winning numbers will be for this evening. It pays to play. Good luck. And the first number up is 0. Second number 2, third and final. Third and final, 8. All right, let's recap. Double check your tickets. First number was 0. Second number 2, third and final was 8. If you're a winner this evening, congratulations to you. I hope you got your tickets for the Playway Draw. That comes up next. We'll see you then.
$25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one later ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money back symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch in stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
'Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
Welcome back, viewers and listeners. It's time for the Playway Draw for this evening, Wednesday, the 12th of January, 2022. Ms. Priscilla Barry is joining me once again. She's representing PKF Accountants and Business Advisors. Now, here's a quick reminder with the Playway game. All you got to do is bet as little as $1 up to $10 or in increments on any number or dream symbol of your choice and get to win 24 times the amount you bet. That's $24 for every dollar spent. Let's find out what the winning Playway number will be for this evening. Value your dreams, win your way with Playway. Good luck. And the winning Playway number is this evening's winning Playway number is number 31, 3131. The dream symbol is cockroach. Just repeat tonight's winning Playway number 31, 3131. The dream symbol, cockroach. Congratulations if you're a winner this evening. And don't forget, we've got the cash for a draw coming up next, so get your tickets out and we'll see you soon.
I'm a winner. You are winner. We are winners. Winners.
It's the big one. Grenada. Imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one later ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money back symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch in stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
'Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
Win more with the NLA's Daily Cash 4 every day with more plays and bigger prizes to be won. It's a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes, twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Welcome back. It's time for the cash for a draw for this evening. Of course, the daily cash for a draw for this evening, Wednesday, the 12th of January, 2022. Ms. Priscilla Barry, she's joining me once again. She's representing PKF Accountants and Business Advisors. Quick reminder with the cash for a game, you can bet as little as $1 on most of the bet types with the exception of backup, in which case you bet $2. All right, let's find out what the winning numbers will be for this evening. It's more plays, bigger prizes. Good luck to you. All right, check your tickets. First number 7, second. Second number is 9, the third number 7, and the final number 4. All right, it's time to recap numbers on the screen. Double check your tickets. First number was 7, second number 9, third number up was 7, and the fourth and final 4. Your winner this evening, congratulations to you, and certainly hope you got your tickets for the lotto draw. That comes up a little later on. The estimated jackpot, $62,000. We'll see you then.
a 4-digit game with all the bet types you already know and much, much more. From 0000 to 9999. Choose your 4 numbers and place your bet from 11 different bet types. Choose from inline, 4 different mixes, first 3, last 3, and 4 different backup options too. Best of all, it starts at just $1, except for backups, which starts at $2. Win as much as $5,000 with a $1 inline bet and as much as $6,200 in a $2 backup bet. Imagine $50,000 for a winning $10 inline bet. There's definitely more to win with the Daily Cash 4. More plays, bigger prizes. Twice per day, Mondays to Saturdays. Must be 18 and over to participate. NLA, making your dreams come true while supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Good evening once again, viewers and listeners. It's time for the National Lottery Authority's Lotto draw number 3311 for this evening, Wednesday, the 12th of January, 2022. The estimated jackpot for this evening is $62,000. Well, I've got Miss Priscilla Barry standing in with me once again. She's representing PKF Accountants and Business Advisors. Let's find out what the free ticket letter will be for this evening. If you got your tickets, good luck. And the free ticket letter for this evening is... This evening's free ticket letter is the letter J as in jackpot. That's J as in jackpot. And it's time to select tonight's 5 winning numbers for $62,000. Good luck. And the first number is... First number up, 28. Second. Second number, 27. Third. Third number is 15. Fourth. Fourth number, 18. And the final. Final number, 13. All right, let's recap. Let's double check firstly the free ticket letter. Reminding you again, that letter was J as in jackpot. That's J as in jackpot. The 5 winning numbers for the estimated jackpot of $62,000. Let's recap. First number up was 28, 28, 28. Second number, 27, 27, 27. Third number was 15, 15, 15. The fourth was 18, 18, 18. And the fifth and final, 13, 13, 13. If you have these numbers, congratulations to you. This has been Lotto Play and win a lot. Well, don't forget to get your tickets for tomorrow, God's will, and do continue to support sports, culture, and nation building. Have a good night.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on LaCour Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment. As you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest, visit or call LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
Bernadette Rona Superville of New Hampshire St. George, who resided in Canada, passed away on Monday, 22nd November 2021, at the age of 70. She was the wife of Harold Paul, mother of Avian, Margaret, Ronald, and Dornette Superville, grandmother of Greg, Clint, Brittany, Carl, Gabriel, Malcolm, Jada, Trey, Tyrell, Aria, Sierra, Tristan, Ricardo, Nia, and Christopher. Great-grandmother of 7, sister of Alfonso Santa Charles, Leroy Bull Lecret, Christopher, also known as Jeffrey, Roosevelt, also known as Woozy, Byron, also known as Nancy, Clement, also known as Tredo, Valerie, Ian and Richard Lecret, Brian Ford, Morris Bull Williams, and Maria Bell. Aunt of many, including Garfield, Maria, Lisa, Shermian, Cassandra, Deandra, Sonita, and Ronnie. Sister-in-law of Selma Charles, Lydia Superville, and Evelyn Brightus Thomas. Cousin of many, including Lorna Charles, Tiny Samuel, Catherine Superville, Sonia Hector, Bryna, and Vera Aline. Other relatives and close friends, including the Superville family of New Hampshire, Brazan, and in Trinidad, the Lecret family of River Road, the Charles, Cooper, Telesford, Frank, Roberts, and Bartholomew families of New Hampshire, the Haynes family of Cotton Bailey, the Batiste family of Willis, Anthony Isaac, Babsy, Peter, Ingrid, Veron Lewis Marshall, the Samuel family of Belmont, Carol Hyacinth, Evelyn Purcell and family, neighbors and friends of New Hampshire and surrounding areas in Trinidad, Canada, and the USA. The funeral of the late Bernadette Rona Superville of New Hampshire, who resided in Canada, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Royston Ashley Theophilus James, also known as Meringue of Paddock St. George's, died on December 20th, 2021, at the age of 63. He was the brother of Reverend Dr. Leslie R. James, residing in Indiana, USA, Vaughn James, Minister Stephanie James Alban, residing in New York, USA, Peggy Boyd, Sandra James, residing in Toronto, and Teresa Fleming, residing in Trinidad and Tobago. Uncle of Ryan and Jonathan Boyd, Jody Francis, Stephel Alban, Leslie Ann, Vaughnell, Robert, and Gemini James. Great-grand-uncle of 11. Brother-in-law of Sidney Boyd, Caroline James, Hallman Alban, and Elliot Fleming. Close friends Alvin Clouden, Douglas Hood, and Clement Noel. Many other family and friends, including the Alexis James family of Mount Airy St. Paul's, the Findlay family of Springs, Gloria Payne Banfield, the Lahey Constantine family of the Carenage, Miss Madeline Batiste, and neighbours and friends of Paddock, home and abroad. The funeral service and interment of the late Royston Ashley Theophilus James, also known as Meringue of Paddock St. George's, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Raymond Thomas, also known as Mouseman, of Mount Gay St. George, passed away on Monday, 27th December 2021, at the age of 45. He was the son of Ina Thomas, brother of Wendy Thomas Frank in the USA and Ray Thomas in Grenada, uncle of Denisha and Nisha Frank, Dennis Frank Jr., and Raisha Thomas, nephew of Youthlyn Mitchell and Ruth Telesvad, brother-in-law of Dennis. Other relatives and friends, including Lenny Anthony, May Wayne, the Frank family of Carriacou, and friends and relatives of Mount Gay, St. George, La Poterie, and Ladique St. Andrew, in the USA, Canada, England, Barbados, and Trinidad. The funeral of the late Raymond Thomas, also known as Mouseman of Mount Gay, St. George, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Cyril Oliver Martin Duncan of Old Westerhold St. David passed away on Tuesday, 28th December 2021, at the age of 94. He was the husband of Annie Joyce Duncan. Children Cecil, Stephanie, Glenda, Yoland, Carol, and Hensley. grandchildren Devon, Devonay, Danny, Matthew, Andrew, Nathan, Samantha, Heather, Alex, Malcolm, Joshua, Sarah, and Gary. Sons and daughters-in-law Terence Wright, Lawrence George, Joseph Moorman, Kenrick Patris, David Belashthi, Vernet Duncan, and Joan Duncan. Many nieces and nephews, including Adrian Alexander, William Shares, Greta Shares Wright, Christopher Shares, Richard Duncan, Brian Hurst, Philip Gittins, Ivan Duncan, Betty, Anthony, and Judy Backer. Caregivers Angelus Regis and Stacey Ann Harris. Other relatives and friends including Jasmine Redhead, Eura St. Bernard, Annie Bain and family, the Honorable Yewland Bain Horsford and family, Joan Griffith and family, Julian and Helen Emanuel and family, Mr. and Mrs. Jim Sen and family, Nola Ned and family, Dunbar de la Moth and family, Evelyn and Joyce Snack, the Duncan, Shares, Patris, Gittins, Salem and Connaught families, Father Roland Mark and family, the parishioners of St. Paul's and St. David's Anglican churches, and the community of Old Westerhall. The funeral of the late Cyril Oliver Martin Duncan of Old Westerhall St. David will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Kevin Georgie Matheson, also known as Kunta, of 6 Roads Carriacou, passed away on Monday 3rd January 2022 at the age of 69. He was the husband of Edel Matheson in the USA, father of Shay, Nia, Kiva, and Kevina Matheson, Chemo Pair and Francine Clement, grandfather of Nakenia, Elijah, Kayla, Alexandra, Lil Kayla, Xavier Emmanuel, Kimora, and Miracle, great-grandfather of Keziah, brother of Donald, Augustine, Christine, Phyllis, Frankie, and Enid, adopted brother of Adela Joseph, uncle of many. Other relatives and friends including the Matheson families, numerous cousins and friends, neighbors of 6 Roads, Brunswick, and surrounding areas too numerous to mention. The funeral of the late Kevin Georgie Matheson, also known as Kunta, of 6 Roads Carriacou, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes.
Sir Carlisle Green of Guave, who resided in Palmies, St. John, died on Tuesday, the 21st of December 2021, at the age of 89. He survived by his wife, Lady Norma Green, née Decoto, father of Corinne Dabrio, Carlisle Jr., and daughter-in-law, Levita, Susan Marshall, and son-in-law, Mervyn, Patricia Carter, and son-in-law, Michael, Roseanne Redhead, and son-in-law, Joseph, grandfather of 18, great-grandfather of 10, brother of Florence Gasparez and Neville Green, brother-in-law of Cecil Decoto, many nieces and nephews in Grenada, Trinidad, Canada, the US, and the UK, including Ingrid Green, caregivers Joy Ned, Donette Samuel, Janice Antwine, and Royal Mark, many cousins in Grenada and abroad, including Anna Green, George Green, Alfred Green, and Jessel Charles, Nee Green, McBarnett, Alexis, Benjamin, Elias, Walker, Francis, Charles, Decoto, and Clara families, friends and neighbors throughout Grenada and in Barbados and the diaspora. An evening prayer of the church, followed by tributes for the late Sir Carlisle Green of Guave, who resided in Palmy St. John, will be offered at 6 p.m. on Monday the 17th of January at St. Peter's Roman Catholic Church, Guave, St. John, and can be viewed on media platforms of Good News Catholic Communications. The funeral service will be held privately, and the funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home.
John Kennedy Belfon of Mount William St. Patrick, who resided in Brooklyn, New York, USA, passed away on Wednesday, 15th December 2021 in New York at the age of 57. He is survived by his two daughters, Kenisha Canning in Grenada and Rory Robinson in New York. Brother of Kenneth Belfon, Hermelin Belfon Charles, Lindley Belfon Samuelson, all in the USA, and Gemma Belfon Jeffrey, formerly Gemma Dialli in Grenada. Grandfather of Michaela and Londell Canning. Uncle of Curtis Belfon in the USA, Marius Dialli in Canada, Casita Charles Bowie, Claudia Charles Sardine, Rosita Joseph, Charmaine Samuelson, all in the USA, Marita Dialli Watson, and Melissa Dialli in Canada. Great uncle of many. Brother-in-law of Lorna Belfon, Damien Charles and Ronald Jeffrey. Father-in-law of Lonnie Wise. Other relatives and close friends including the Belfon, Williams and Robinson families, Raphael Frederick, Tommy Wildman, Hilda Cord, Dwight, Frankie, Gloria, Pressa, the staff of Mary Star of the Sea Catholic Charities in New York, and friends and neighbors of Mount William, Duquesne and surrounding areas. Many other relatives and friends too numerous to mention. The funeral service of the late John Kennedy Belfon of Mount William St. Patrick, who resided in Brooklyn, New York, USA, will take place on Thursday, 13th January, and interment on Friday, 14th January, in Brooklyn, New York, USA. Arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Aloysius Cyrus Lazarus, also known as Big Si of Paradise, who resided at Telescope St. Andrew, passed away on Monday, 3rd January 2022, at the age of 67. Left to cherish his memory are his dearly beloved mother, Marjorie Lazarus, two daughters, Khadijah Jones and Kim George of Telescope St. Andrew, stepchildren Neilfa, Artley and Glenroy Charles, siblings Leslie Ann, Andrew, Dominic, Doreen, Maximus, Mary, Betty Ann, Martin, Elizabeth, Martha and Ken Lazarus and Russell Mitchell, aunts and uncles Raymond Lazarus and Imelda Paul in the U.S., many nieces and nephews including Ronell Old, Aidan and Andre in the USA, Donnell, Michelle, Rachel, Vernell, Danielle, Roquel, Nathan and Rena Lazarus in Canada, Sheldon, Joan, Nicole and Nicholas Lazarus, Delano and Deandra James, Neil and Nathan Titus, Ethan George, April Lazarus Coy, Kadisha and Lisa in Barbados. Sisters-in-law Monica Golden in the USA, Bernadette Lazarus and Gillian Fleury Lazarus. Many cousins including Michael Paul, Wayne Lazarus and family, the Alexander and Joseph families of Tivoli. Many others too numerous to mention. Other relatives and friends including Vanita Charles, Glenron Blair, Ton and Michaela Charles, Gregory Johnson, Raymond Julian, Edwin Boca, Peter and Edmund Blair of Paradise, Leno Bola of Telescope, Gloria Palmer and family, the Phillip family of Bolio, the Williams, Paul and Clark families of Boca St. George, members of the Men's League, and the priest and parishioners of St. Andrew the Apostle RC Church. The funeral service and interment of the late Aloysius Cyrus Lazarus, also known as Big Si of Paradise, who resided at Telescope St. Andrew, will be held privately. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Magdalene Constance Buckmeyer, also known as Granny, of Upper Capitol, Birch Grove, St. Andrew, passed away on Sunday, 9th January 2022, at the age of 83. The funeral arrangements for the late Magdalene Constance Buckmeyer, also known as Granny, of Upper Capitol, Birch Grove, St. Andrew, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes. Dorothy Brown, née Lacroix of Melville Street, St. George's, who resided at Marquis St. Andrew, passed away on Thursday, December 30th, 2021 in the USA, at the age of 90. The funeral arrangements for the late Dorothy Brown, née Lacroix, of Melville Street, St. George's, who resided at Marquis St. Andrew, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Homes.
Roll Christopher Maureen, also known as Bowie, and Barbell of La Femme St. David, who resided at Mardi Gras St. George, died on Friday, the 7th of January, at the age of 56. We'll have funeral arrangements for the late Royal Christopher Maureen of La Femme St. David, who resided in Mardi Gras, St. George, in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home. George Emmanuel Nyack, also known as Georgie, of Fort Judy, St. George, a well-known taxi driver, died on Thursday, the 23rd of December, at the age of 72. We'll have funeral arrangements for the late George Emmanuel Nyack of Fort Judy, St. George, in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home. Joan Elizabeth Ventu, also known as Auntie Joan of Birch Grove, St. Andrew, proprietor of St. Andrew's Pharmacy and Justice of the Peace, died on Saturday, the 9th of January, at the age of 77. We'll have funeral arrangements for the late Joan Elizabeth Ventu of Birch Grove, St. Andrew, in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements have been entrusted to Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home. Colleen Sherilyn Peters, also known as Chiney of Paddock, who resided in Montu, St. George, died on Thursday, the 30th of December 2021, at the age of 45. We'll have funeral arrangements for the late Colleen Cheryl Peters, also known as Chiney of Paddock, in a subsequent broadcast.
Jermaine and Patricia Francis Noel, also known as Sister G, of Vendham, St. George, who resided at Caruth, St. Andrew, passed away on Friday, 7th January 2022, at the age of 91. The funeral arrangements for the late Jermaine and Patricia Francis Noel, also known as Sister G, of Vendham, St. George, who resided at Caruth, St. Andrew, will be given in subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacroix Brothers Funeral Homes. Laventon David Edwards, also known as Flevy and Elbow Grease, of New Hampshire, St. George, died on November 29, 2021 in Brooklyn, New York, USA, at the age of 74. The funeral arrangements for the late Laventon David Edwards, also known as Flevy and Elbow Grease, of New Hampshire, St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Joseph Findlay Tavernier, also known as Jojo, Moyi and One Love, of Edward Street, Grove, St. John, passed away on Friday, December 31st, 2021, at the age of 70. The funeral arrangements for the late Joseph Findlay Tavernier, also known as Jojo, Moyi and One Love, of Edward Street, Grove, St. John, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacroix Brothers Funeral Homes. Teresa Velda Fleury, also known as Mama, and Velda Alexis, of Prospect Hall, Carriacou, passed away on Tuesday, 7th December 2021, at the age of 80. The funeral arrangements for the late Teresa Velda Fleury, also known as Mama, and Velda Alexis of Prospect Hall, Carriacou, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacroix Brothers Funeral Homes.
The management and staff of MTV extend deepest condolences to those of you whose loved ones have passed on. Thanks for watching.
I just want to express my sympathy with all those of you who have lost your loved ones. We know it is not an easy piece to lose somebody that you love dearly. But death is not the end, because the Bible tells us that there is life after death. My mind goes back to a man in the Bible named David, a man who at least he had a son by Uriah's wife, and the child got sick and died. In fact, The Bible says in verse 18 of 1 Samuel chapter 12, and it came to pass on the 7th day that the child died. The child died. But that was not the end. David began a series of mourning, laid on the ground, upon the earth, and he called on God to save his son so that he can have sweet fellowship. He wanted to have time with his son. He wanted to have his son grow up to be the person that he wanted him to be. He probably wanted to play the first cricket match, or he probably wanted to go kick the first football in the field. Or he wanted probably him to climb the first tree. But yet for all, the Bible says the child died. David in himself satisfied that the sovereign God who gives and takes is able to do great things. Then David arose, the Bible says, from the earth and washed and anointed himself and changed his apparel and came into the house of the Lord to worship. David had the hope that he would see his beloved son again. And so, ladies and gentlemen out there that are in the mourning period, pick yourself up and recognize that if your loved one died in Christ, you are going to see them again. And the right thing to do is to come to that saving knowledge, recognizing who God is, and God is going to bring you through. And so I thank you, and I trust as we pray for you, you would cheer yourself and recognize that the sovereign God takes control of everything. God bless you.
Well, we're moving on up to the side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky. We're moving on up to the side. We finally got a piece of the pie. Fish don't fry in the kitchen, beans don't burn on the grill. Took a whole lot of trying just to get up that hill. Now we're up in the big leagues, getting our turn at bat. As long as we live, it's you and me, baby. There ain't nothing wrong with that. We're moving on up to the side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky. We're moving on up to the side. We finally got a piece of the pie.
Here you go, Mr. Jefferson.
Thank you, Mickey.
And you, sir.
Ah, thank you. Well, cheers, George. And as your accountant, let me do you a favor and remind you this is deductible.
Good. Now I'm going to do you a favor. I'm going to let you pay for the drinks and take it off your taxes.
Thank you, George. I appreciate it.
Oh, hi, George.
Hi.
Have you seen my wife?
Nope, it's been a good day up until now.
I was supposed to meet her here half an hour ago, but I got held up in a meeting.
Oh, and now you're gonna hold up my meeting between my